Congressman Adam Schiff, welcome back to The Issue Is.
Great to be with you.
You were with us on our first show. You also launched your campaign on our show.
Great to make the announcement on your show.
Which was the opening argument. So now as we approach the end of this campaign, what's the closing argument?
Well, the closing argument is California really needs a senator that can do a couple really important things. One, that knows how to deliver for the state, who can get things done, who can work with people across the aisle and deliver, whether that's more affordable housing, more affordable child care, bring down health care costs. But it also means we need a senator who can take on the big fights when they're necessary to protect our democracy, to restore things like reproductive freedom. And that's what I've done during my career. That's what I'll do for the whole state.
Are you surprised that we haven't seen that more of Steve Garvey? I mean, you're all over the state doing events almost every day. We hardly see him.
I have been surprised. I've gotten used to the fact that he's running what they in the 18th century called a front porch campaign, where you essentially waited on your front porch for people to come to you. It's very old school style of campaigning, but my feeling is I want to be out there. I want to be meeting with people. I want to be hearing from different communities what challenges they're facing, so I'm doing a lot of traveling around the state.
My store got broken twice this year already.
Here, one of the things we were hearing about was concerns about crime. Have you made up your mind in terms of Prop 36?
So vote yes if you want to increase the penalties on shoplifting and drug possession. Vote no if you want to keep things the way they are.
And in terms of the LA County DA's race?
No, I'm going to sit down at the end of the month, as I think most Californians do, and go through all the ballot measures. I'll be weighing, in terms of Prop 36, a couple of things. One is I think that you should be able to aggregate multiple thefts to create a felony. If people are repeatedly engaging in what would be a misdemeanor, it should become a felony. I don't think that we should treat anyone who has a substance abuse problem as a felon simply because they're addicted to a substance in the absence of committing other crimes. So I'm going to be studying that and seeing what the legislature has done and what remains to be done. But I really think, as I mentioned during the roundtable today, what we needed to do most forcefully to deal with crime is we need more community police. And we need to ensure that people that are conducting these crimes, committing these crimes, are caught and they face certain consequences.
Have you made a decision in terms of Hochman versus Gascon for LA County DA?
I'm staying out of that. Long-term friendship with Nathan Hochman. We've been friends for over 30 years, and so I'm staying not only out of that race, but out of all the DA races in the state.
I know you're also working on the presidential race. You've been traveling around the country on that. Donald Trump was just in California talking about you.
You're going to have Shifty Adam Schiff, one of the true, I know him well. He is a bad person. He's a sick person, not a stupid guy. He's one of the least attractive human beings I think I've ever seen. He's got the smallest neck I've ever seen.
Why do you think, given as much as you detest him, the race is so close?
Well, first of all, I clearly live rent-free in that guy's head, and it's a pretty scary place to live. I could just tell you that. It is astonishing to me that someone who has been indicted as many times, convicted as many times as Donald Trump, is competitive in any kind of race. Not to mention his leading and inciting a violent attack on the Capitol. That should be a disqualifier in my book from being dog catcher, let alone President of the United States. But we're a divided country, and it is very close. It's going to come down to the wire. It will come down to, as it so often does, who has the better ground game, who can get their people out to the polls. I'm optimistic. I think the Harris team has run a flawless campaign, and that they've got good ground operations, and most particularly, they have energized young people who had been very apathetic about voting. Now they're engaged, and I think that will make a big difference.
And finally,
the House will be decided by Californians.
California is so important when it comes to House races. Can you talk about your message to people, why it matters, your sort of closing pitch, not only for your race, but for the House races that you're going to?
In California, we will have the decisive voice in what the majority looks like in the House of Representatives. There are more competitive House races in California than any other state. We have 6 or 7 of them. So Californians, what I would say to you, you're going to decide who controls the House of Representatives. That means you're going to decide who's making these decisions on these critical issues important to you. Get out and vote.
And you're going to decide who is in the U.S. Senate representing California. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, Congressman.
Thank you. And I would be honored to have the support of your viewers.
All right. Thank you.